Well, good morning, everyone. Good morning, and welcome to the Cape Coral Library. Who's excited to be here on a Friday? Yeah. Well, my name is Brian Hammond. I'm a Lee County Commissioner, and I'm also a Cape Coral native. This is my home library growing up. I'm so excited to be here with you this morning. Before we get into today's ceremony, can we begin with the Pledge of Allegiance? Would you please join me in that? Here's a flag right here. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Well, good morning. I am so excited to be here today to welcome you all and to welcome this wonderful exhibit to the Cape Coral Library. This morning I'm joined by Cape Coral Mayor John Gunter and also our Library Director, Mindy Simon. This is an exciting morning, and my fellow commissioners, I know, wish they could have been here. They send their regrets. Unfortunately, they had other obligations this morning, but so happy to be here to represent the Board of Lee County Commissioners. Also, our county manager has sent some folks from county administration to join us. I saw Mark Mora and Robert Cody here, so thank you guys so much for joining us this morning. You know, we have many other partners who have helped make this possible, and Mindy's going to talk about that in her remarks here in just a few moments. But in order to kick things off, I thought I'd start by telling you a little story, and as a politician, I'll do my best not to keep it too long-winded, okay? But I want to tell you all how I got interested in voting. I saw it back here on the exhibit, to tell you the truth. The first time I realized what voting was and that we could vote for people was when I was 8 years old. In 1988, Ronald Reagan, the great communicator, was term limited out of being president. And when he left office, of course, George H.W. Bush and Michael Dukakis ran for president. And I remember very clearly my dad was getting excited and doing his research for the election. And he said, "Son, come with me. We're going to go vote together." And I was like, "Voting? What is this?" And so we looked at the ballot. We looked at the sample ballot. We made all of our selections. And it was at that time that I realized you were voting for more than just the president. You were voting for things like mayor and even county commissioner. And as a young kid, only 8 years old, I remembered wanting to know what all of these people did for our community. And so today, it's a real dream come true to be able to be a county commissioner and to serve you all and to have earned your votes from many of you as well. And so that's how it got started. And now as a father who has an 8-year-old son at home who's in third grade, I make sure to show them, as we get our sample ballots and begin to start voting, just how important it really is. This truly is the greatest nation on the face of the earth, I believe, because we get a chance as the people to lead the government and to choose our elected representatives. So with that, let me introduce Mayor John Gunter to talk about this event this morning and to share his remarks on behalf of the city of Cape Coral.
Thank you very much, Commissioner. I was speaking with the Commissioner. We are, there's only 5 of these exhibits, and we are fortunate enough to have it not only this particular location here in the city of Cape Coral, but the only location in Lee County. So I want to thank all the organizers for bringing this type of an exhibit to our area, because when you look, and I briefly had an opportunity to look at some of the displays, it shows the history and how important it is. As we all know, as a citizen of this country, one of our most important, in my opinion, obligations is to go to the voting polls, to vote for the representation that you want to represent you, no matter if that's at a local level, a county level, state, or a federal level. So we get that opportunity. When you look throughout the world, there are some countries that don't have that opportunity. And I think first and foremost, we have to recognize how important that is and how thankful we are to be able to vote for our representatives at each level. So I just want to again thank the Smithsonian for picking the city of Cape Coral to have this exhibit. I'm going to invite all of our community to come down to take a look at it, to see the history and how we've evolved over the years. So thank you for coming out, and thank you, Commissioner, for the invitation to stop by and be a part of this event. Thank you.
Thank you, man. Glad to hear it. Thank you very much, Mayor. So as an 8-year-old kid, I ran around telling everybody I wanted to be president of the United States someday. And of course, my mom, who's wonderful, used it against me. She said, now, if you want to be president, you better be a very good boy because they're going to use anything you ever do against you when you run for office. And I see one of my math teachers is here from school, Mr. Gent. So yeah, thank you very much. You can attest I was a good boy, right? So. Thank you very much for being here as well. So let me tell you about the exhibit, Voices and Votes, Democracy in America. It's a traveling exhibit from the Smithsonian National Museum. It teaches us about the shared values that we have that is at the core of America's democracy. You know, this exhibit actually showcases the evolution of voting all the way from the Revolution to today. And it's been some pretty exciting moments there. The educational exhibit also talks about America's experiment. You know, and it further emphasizes by providing activities designed to engage visitors and students, encouraging them to think critically about their role in democracy. We have amazing collections in here. In fact, I now have the privilege of serving on the canvassing board for you all, which certifies the vote on election night. We look at things like ballots that were maybe incorrectly filled out, or mail-in ballots that have the incorrect signature and determine if those votes are valid or not. And one of the nightmares that you'll have as you go through this exhibit is, especially being a Floridian, is the hanging chad part of it. There's a guy sitting there examining the hanging chad. So if you guys remember that from the year 2000 election, that was a moment in Florida's history. We're much reformed since then here in the state of Florida. But this is an amazing exhibit. I hope you'll take the time to look at it and to talk a little bit more about how we were honored to be able to be one of 5 library systems in the state of Florida to get this. I'd like to introduce Mindy Simon, our library system director.
Good morning. It is a pleasure to be here this morning with you all, and I'm pleased to welcome you to the Cape Coral Lee County Public Library for this unique and exciting event. Voices and Votes, Democracy in America is a Museum on Main Street exhibit developed by the Smithsonian Institution Traveling Exhibition Service. It is brought to you by our library system through a grant from Florida Humanities. I am so proud that this library was selected as one of 5 locations in Florida to host Voices and Votes this year. This free exhibit will be available during regular library hours through November 8th. Voices and Votes is based on a major exhibition currently on display at Smithsonian's National Museum of American History called American Democracy, A Great Leap of Faith. The exhibit offers people the time to reflect on America's nearly 250-year-old democracy and a look at the history of voting. The display covers many themes and includes photos, videos, multimedia interactives, and fascinating historical objects. As we prepare to cut the ribbon, I want to thank the Lee County Board of County Commissioners and County Administration for their support of this exhibit. An event of this scale takes many people to make it a success. There are several people and groups to acknowledge and thank. The staff at the Cape Coral Lee County Public Library for the time and effort they have put into bringing this event together. Their hard work, along with staff throughout the library system and the county, has made this possible. Our partners for their collaboration on this event with a full list of related programs and local displays, including the Cape Coral Museum of History, Lee County Elections, and the Lawrence Kearney chapter of the National Society Daughters of the American Revolution. We appreciate the artifacts and materials they have shared. Our friends of the Cape Coral Library for their support of this event, including today's refreshments and these snappy t-shirts. And our volunteers who will be helping our visitors get the most out of the exhibit. Again, welcome, and thank you so much for joining us today. Enjoy the exhibit.
All right, and one last thing, I would be remiss if I didn't mention, my grandmother was one of the past presidents of the Friends of the Cape Coral Library, and Beverly Woodburn. And I'm so proud of the contribution she made to this library. And so thank you to everybody with the Friends of the Library. And speaking of them, I understand they've organized some refreshments for us, and we'll have a great opportunity to have some fellowship after this ceremony today. Well, at this time, I would like to invite you to join us on Lee County Government's YouTube page to watch a video of this ceremony when it gets posted on that page. And then also, I would like to invite the following groups up to join us at the ribbon so that we can go ahead and do the official ribbon cutting and welcome this exhibit correctly. Let's have the mayor and our library director go ahead and join us at the ribbon. Anybody from the Daughters of the American Revolution, the Friends of the Library who are here, please join us at the ribbon. And anybody who's here from the Cape Coral History Museum too, please join us at the ribbon and we'll go ahead and do the ribbon cutting. Thank you all so much for attending this morning. Pretend. This is for pretend. Ready? Big smile. 1, 2, 3, pretend. All right, we're going to do it for real now. Ready? 1, 2, 3. All right. Thank you again, everybody. Please enjoy the refreshments and the exhibit.